Ooh, ooh, ooh. What's up? What up, fam? Bet you never thought you'd see Papa Swole walking outside again. Fuck that whiteboard, right? Need to mix things up, and today is exactly one of those days. Shocker. But I know you guys like some variety, but I have probably one of the best episodes that I could actually bring to you today.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
It is the exact reason why I am not standing in front of the board. Papa Swole is on the move, got big things coming, but we're not here because of the whiteboard, are we? You're not here for the whiteboard. I know that. I know that. You're here for Papa Swole, you're here for the knowledge nukes. So float some hearts, float some thumbs, and let's get this show underway. What's going on, Ramon, Gina, my fit fam, my premium people, my Swolga people, my Swolenormous nation? I have some absolute, I got some big things to talk to you about today. And it is all about fitness. It is all about life. It's all about results. It's all about having what you want, when you want it, when you need it. Mark's ready for some balls deep. All right, this is what's gonna happen today. Some big changes, some big shit's going down in my personal life. And nothing directly to me, but for those that I care about. And I wanna be honest with everyone. I want to be honest with you, and I want to really be clear in my approach with fitness and my approach with the brand and why this is all such a big deal to me with Swolenormous, and hopefully that translates into your own personal development and personal growth. So first off, float some hearts, float some thumbs. Remember, everyone, before we jump into it balls deep, yeah, what up, homies? Yeah, float some hearts, and let's do this. Make sure that you jump on the Daily Swole Club. So if you use the hashtag Daily Swole Club, make sure you like and share the broadcast. Use the hashtag Daily Swole Club with an awesome comment and get a chance to win a one-on-one call with Papa Swole fucking Normous. So welcome everyone to episode 385 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular podcast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Everyone's looking at me walk down the street flexing. Like, who is this guy? Who is this absolute monolith of a human being just breaking through the sidewalk? My beard is awesome. Okay, most of you know, and float some thumbs if you're in my private community. Float some thumbs if you're in Swolenormous Premium. Float some thumbs if you watch the Daily Swole on the daily, or you catch it later. I know it's Friday. I know some of you are busy. I see a bunch of people still coming in through the door because you guys are liking and sharing the Howler broadcast. You know from Premium, and you know from my material, that there's a lot of aspects to Swolenormous. There's a lot of aspects to what we do in Premium, just from the forums that we created in Premium, the variety and the scope of what we cover, of the topics we cover, of what factors in to life. And I say that in the sense because all of you and all of us that are watching the show now, all of you that watch the show later, all of you that are working out, that have families, that have 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids. We don't really have a lot of trolls on the show, but There you go. Yeah, I did. I blocked him. I usually don't look at the comments. I'm not that close. So, yeah, there's a zero tolerance policy. So if any of you fucktards try to spam the Daily Swole, block you instantly. So that douche nozzle is gone. Let's just be real with each other for this episode. There's a lot of shit that goes on in your life. There's a lot of shit that's going to go on in your life every day. Yet here you are, right? Here you are. Despite all the things that happened to you, that have happened to you, we're here. We're all here. Not only are you on this earth, not only are you alive, not only are you healthy, but we're all here at the same time in the same place, right? I don't know most of you. I know you from the internet. I know you from my premium group. I know you from seeing your name pop up here. And that's why I do a lot of the Daily Swole Club, because I want to learn more about you. I want to know who you are. I want to learn what makes you tick. I want to learn what you're passionate about. I want to know how I can help you. A lot of you have been messaging me here on my Facebook page, which is great. I'm getting to learn a lot more about the community here with Swolenormous. But one of the things is that as much as I can learn about you, I don't know everything about you. I don't know what your struggles are. I don't know that you're taking care of your sister who has cancer. I don't know if unless you tell me, I don't know if your dog just died and, it was your closest friend for 15 years. I don't know all your struggles. And I just want to make it clear, I do this from a standpoint of fitness, mental health, and wellness, but it's really the Daily Swole and Swolenormous is a brand and a mentality and a direction where it's coming from a point of attacking life and going through life's struggles and reacting and developing, but also doing all those things while keeping a focus on what's most important. What's most important? What's most important in your life? And the title of this episode is What is Most Important to You? What is most important to you? What's the most important thing in your life? Right? Put those keys down there. So we got some people watching. Make sure you like and share the broadcast. Keep on sharing because a lot more people need to get in here. It's a lot less today. Is it Friday? Are people being lazy as fuck today? You being lazy as shit? Don't want to show up? Don't want to say hi to Papa Swolio? This one squirrel's trying to attack another one. It's pretty sweet. So you have kids. You have a loved one. But you have problems. Everyone's got problems. Everyone's got shit to deal with. And a lot of these episodes, I come at you hard. I'm going to be like, stop being a lazy fuck. Yesterday it's crushing like, you're lazy as fuck. You're inconsistent as fuck. You're, blah, blah, blah. And that's all well and good. And sometimes I feel hard hitting, like I'm going to crush. I need to smack you guys upside the head and, knock some sense into you. But other times, I think we need to bring it back to the reality and bring it back to a lot of the other aspects of Swolenormous, a lot of the other aspects of Papa Swolio and Papa Swolio Nation. So let's get a little bit fucking and the gorilla grunting and all that crazy shit. And that's great. That's great. That's some good stuff. It gets me amped. But what's really important to you? What's important to you? What's the most important thing in your life? I love when Papa Swole tells me what a bad girl I've been. But what's the most important thing in your life? Is it having biceps? Is that the most important thing? Is it having abs? Is that the most important thing? Your health. Okay, your health. It could be your children, but there's gonna be your children, your family, that you're gonna put above your health. Your kids' health. But you can take care of your kids if you have your health. You can take care of your friends if you have your health. You can get things done. You could be alive if you have your health. If you're not alive, you don't have your life, then you're not taking care of shit. To be happy, what is the most important thing to you? What is the number one most important thing in your life? It comes down to priorities. If you are going to prioritize your health, and your health is the most important thing in your life, it's easy. You hear that, fam? It's easy. If you're worried about nutrition, and nutrition you want to improve and you struggle with nutrition, blah, 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 but then you make nutrition the most important thing in your life, it becomes easier. It becomes simple. It becomes less challenging. It becomes less of a question. It becomes more obvious. It becomes part of you because it's your number one, it's your priority, and it's your focus. I want you to reassess. I want you in the comments, I want you to like and share this broadcast. I want you to tell me specifically, I want you to tell me what the most important thing in your life is. If it's your health, fine. Why? I want to know why. I want to know why your health is important. Don't just be like health. I want you to tell me what it is and why it is the way it is. Because we don't get to the root of things. We don't get to the why enough. You know, I always ask people, what's your why? What's your reason for getting in shape? What's your reason for wanting to be fit? Because if you know your why, you can create your discipline, you create your motivation, you create your consistency, and you can get shit done. But what's your why? What's your why? What's your reason? Why health? Oh, for my kids. That makes sense. Your health is the most important thing to you because you want to take care of your kids. Or is that something else? My kids. Well, what about your kids? Everyone's got kids. Not everyone cares about kids. For some people, their children don't mean anything to them. And some of you have parents and you went through some shit when you were younger. You went through some shit. You went through with parents that seemingly didn't give a shit about you. This is just the reality of life. I'm not trying to push any buttons or, bring back any memories, but that's just the way of things. There are a lot of orphaned kids out there. There are a lot of kids that have parents that didn't provide for them and didn't provide support for them and didn't give them positive feedback, that were very negative to them, were negative influences in their life. But how do you flip that around and make it a positive? That's a whole other conversation. What's important to you? In the comments, what is important to you and why is that important? Why is whatever you're gonna say important to you? Not just kids, not just exercise, not just having abs. Why? Why? Papa Swolio wants to fucking know why. And it comes down to making things a priority. When something is important to you, when something is important to you, you can focus, you can get shit done. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. There's so many things you can get with health. There's so many subcategories and things you can benefit from by having health. And the funny thing is, or the ironic thing, or the shitty thing, whatever you want to think about it, is one of my closest friends in the entire world. We all have people that are close to us. We all have people that, we have in our lives is going through some shit. His very close friend, make sure you don't get hit by a fucking car, is having severe health problems. I'm not gonna get into details, but it's not good. And it's not good in the sense that it's not fucking good, okay? So it's perspective. It comes back to perspective, right? It comes back to perspective. What's most important to you? And let's be clear. What's most important to you when you're 20? No, don't give me those fucking tears. This is life. Don't give me fucking tears. No fucking pity here on the Daily Swole. Cut that shit out. Float some hearts. Get the fucking tears out of here. Give me a break. People die every fucking day. Don't act like it's not the circle of life and Simba's not gonna come running out of the running out of the jungle and that baboon's gonna hold up a little fucking lion like chicka-ba-ba, chick-cha. But what's most important to you, what's most important to you when you're 20 is different than when you're 30, is different than when you're 40, is different than when you are 50, is different than when you're 60, and it's different when you have something that happens in your life. And I started off today's episode by addressing that you all are going through some shit. You're all going through some shit right now. Right now. You are going through some shit right now that will directly affect what's most important to you. And if it directly affects what's most important to you, it's going to directly affect how you organize your day, how you prioritize your fitness, how you prioritize your food, how you prioritize your life. So what I'm encouraging all of you, what I'm imploring all of you to do is to put what's important to you into perspective and to push on that, but understand how your priorities need to be on the pulse of your actions. So if something's important to you, right? And here's the kicker. If your kids, and a lot of you say your kids are important to you, you gotta prove to me that your kids are important to you, because if you're shoving down fast food garbage and you're not exercising, then how in the fucking world, how can you look at yourself in the mirror every day? Share this right now, hit the share button because it's gonna get lit. If you say your kids are the most important thing, I live for my kids, my kids are the most important thing in the world to me, how can you with a straight face say that and then eat fast food and not exercise and make poor health choices? You are a hypocrite. You are a fucking straight up liar. You're just an absolute liar. You're an inauthentic, insensitive liar. You're full of shit. Are you willing to admit that you're full of shit? Are you willing to admit that you lie to yourself? Are you willing to admit that maybe your children aren't the most important thing in your life? And if you're not willing to admit that, then you have to reassess either your actions or you need to get on the you just need to get on the pony. Or you need to find what really is most important to you. It's tough love. It's tough love. What it comes down to is whether or not you're authentic with yourself. And I think a lot of people, well, I don't think, I know, most people talk. They talk a big game. It's ironic because I'm walking past a kid's playground right now. And if you hear a bell, it's because kids are hitting the bell. Thank you, John. I appreciate that feedback. Float some hearts and float some thumbs. But if you say, and I'll repeat it one more time for anyone that might be joining fresh. I know it's hard hitting. I know people don't like, people don't like to hear the straight truth. But those that know Papa Swole, I'm not always running and jumping right in front of I'm a maniac. I'm an animal. And I love telling people to go fuck themselves. I love people to think about their fitness. Fitness is life, people. Fitness is fucking life. It's reality. It's reality. It's your world. It's all you have, no joke. Your fitness is all you have. It's literally all you have and all you can handle and all you can do. And if you do not take your fitness seriously, then the shit that you care about is not the shit that you care about, or you just don't care about it that much. Because if you're gonna sit there and tell me that your kids are the most important thing in your life, or your health is so important, or your job, your career is the most important thing, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care what you find important. That's your life. I know it's important to me. But if you say that your children are important, if you say that your health is important, can you do me a favor? Do me a favor. If you float some hearts if you have kids and they're the most important thing in your life. Float some hearts. Float some hearts if your health is the most important thing in your life. Float some hearts if your husband or your wife is the most important thing in your life. Float some hearts if you love your career. Float some hearts right now. Float some hearts and leave in the comments right now, again if you haven't, what the most important thing in your life is. And then I want to tell you, so right now, leave a comment, float a bunch of hearts, and then type in what the most important thing in your life is. And then I want you to do something for me. I want you, in the comments, to write what the most important thing in your life is, and 5 things. 5 things. The most important thing in your life, and 5, not 1, not 2, not 4. 5 things that you do every day, and I'll repeat this, that prioritizes the most important thing in your life. So if the most important thing in your life is your kids, I want you to write down my kids and 5 things that you do every day. 5. If you don't have 5, give me 3. I challenge you to give me 5 things. And I want you to think about everything. 5 things you do every day that proves that is the most important thing in your life. I don't want to hear one thing. I think we're better than that. And my point is this. If the most important thing or person in your life is your husband, list 5 things that you do every day that proves that's true. 5 fucking things, because here's the deal. It's not just, oh, I love my kids, I work hard so I have money to provide for them. No. Every single action in your day needs to map to your priorities. If your kids are most important, then it shouldn't be one thing that you do. It shouldn't be going to work, because then you're missing out on some other aspect. It has to be 5 things. Everything that you do throughout the day maps directly to what you are prioritizing in your life. If your health is most important, then you better be doing 5 things or more that maps to that. If your best friend, if your dog, if your wife, your girlfriend, if your career, then you better be doing 5 things every day that proves that that's the case. It's not one thing. It's every action has to map to what you want. If you want abs, let's bring it back to fitness. You want abs? Great. You want to gain muscle? Great. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? You're looking for a handout. You're looking for an answer. You got to put in work, and you have to understand that everything that you do has to map to that priority. So I want you to find out what your priority is. And if you can't think of 5 things, that you do every day that maps to your priority, then maybe that priority isn't your priority. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 385 of the Daily Mother Swole. You're gonna see Papa Swolio in some different backgrounds. Papa Swolio is on the move again. Gonna be bopping and rolling today. Just wanted to drop some knowledge nukes in the best way. Thank you so much for joining me live right here on Facebook every day at 12 noon Eastern time. Thanks for watching on YouTube and listening to the podcast on the motherfucking SoundCloud and the iTunes every day, 12 noon Eastern time. Right now, I will be going to pick a Daily Swole Club winner. Remember, the After Swole party goes down ASA to the PZ on Instagram, so make sure you join me on my Instagram page at Swolenormous. Gonna go there right now for the After Swole Club party where I announce the Daily Swole Club winner, so make sure you're there. Check my story if you miss it live, but I will be there to announce the one-on-one so I can FaceTime the fuck out of you, because that's my priority, getting to know all of you and helping you get to your goals. So make sure you check me out there on Instagram right now. Daily Swole Club after party. Thank you so much for joining me. Premium, love you. Everyone else, peace out. Deuce Magoose, peace McGee's. I will see you tomorrow at the 12 noon Eastern time. Slaters.